All right, so you don't find a lot of information online about the carnivore diet and prostate health. Now, I'm going to show you some misconceptions that are online about the carnivore diet and prostate health. I'm going to use AI to gather up information online and kind of summarize it all. It's the easiest way rather than doing, 100 searches and stuff. But I'm going to show you the misconceptions, basically from lies that we've been told, whether it was from the big food companies, big pharma, about that we should eat grains all the time and avoid fats and low fat, no fat, this and that, and eat a high carb diet. And we all became sick and inflamed, basically. So I'm going to show you some of the misconceptions that are out there, and I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to prove them all wrong. And then after that, I'm going to show you my experience on the carnivore diet and my prostate, because I had some serious problems, I would say, with my prostate when I was on a plant-based diet, and I was looking at different options of less invasive ways to, open up the urethra of your prostate there, so I can get the flow going better. And I was looking at those options, and finally found the carnivore diet, and it's worked miracles for me. So let me show you some of these misconceptions and how they're all false, and I will explain to you what I went through. Now, this is what AI has gathered online and summarized here, and I'm going to prove that the majority of this is all complete BS. The carnivore diet, which consists solely of animal products, may have both potential benefits and risk of prostate health. While some believe it could reduce inflammation and improve insulin levels, concerns exist regarding the high saturated fat content and lack of essential nutrients, which is complete BS, which could negatively impact overall health and increase the risk of prostate cancer. Again, complete BS, and I'll prove it to you in a second. And then it goes on here to say the carnivore diet is a restrictive eating plan that consists solely of animal products, eating meat, fish, eggs, and and some dairy. It excludes all plant-based foods, which raises concerns about nutritional deficiencies. When was the last time a vegan, vegetarian did not have a nutritional deficiency? This diet is high in protein and fat, but lacks dietary fiber and essential vitamins found in fruit and vegetables. Lacks dietary fiber. When do we need fiber? Fiber is a useless, zero nutrient, and it is a completely useless substance in our body. Essential vitamins found in fruits and vegetables? What about vegans and vegetarians? They lack vitamins and nutrients because of their diet. They're always supplementing.
Good quality, simple fruits have the minerals and the nutrients and the nutritional components that are necessary for life.
Potential benefits for prostate health. Some proponents of the carnivore diet claim it may help with prostate health by reducing inflammation and regulating insulin levels. For instance, certain individuals have reported improvements in symptoms related to benign prostate hyperplasia, BPH, after adopting this diet. A notable case involved an individual who experienced relief from painful urination and other symptoms after switching to the carnivore diet. And I say yes to that because I am one of those. Okay, these are some risks and concerns here. Nutritional deficiencies. Lack of fruits and vegetables can lead to deficiencies in vitamins and fiber. This is complete BS because we know that fruits and vegetables do not give the body all the nutrition that they need. Vegans suffer from deficiencies of vitamins and minerals. That's a fact. Fiber is a completely useless substance that bloats you and irritates you and causes inflammation. Ask anybody with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis how wonderful fiber is. It's not. Next, increased cholesterol levels. High saturated fat intake may raise LDL cholesterol, raising heart disease risk. This is complete BS. Now, this first part raises LDL. This is true. The reason for it, LDL cholesterol acts as a carrier. It's like a bus. Whatever you eat or your body has cholesterol, it carries it to the areas of your body that need it. You have to have cholesterol in order to produce hormones to make you feel good. Testosterone, the female hormones, and all that stuff. You need cholesterol. But does it cause heart disease risk? Absolutely not. So this article is from the Journal of American College of Cardiology. It says here, saturated fats and health. The reassessment and proposal for food-based recommendations. The recommendation to limit saturated fatty acid intake has persisted despite mounting evidence to the contrary. Most recent meta-analysis of randomized trials and observational studies found no beneficial effects of reducing saturated fatty acid intake on cardiovascular disease and total mortality, and instead found protective effects against stroke. Although saturated fatty acids increase low-density lipid proteins, LDL, cholesterol, in most individuals, this is not due to increasing levels of small, dense LDL particles, but rather larger LDL particles, which are much less strongly related to cardiovascular disease. It is also apparent that the health effects of food cannot be predicted by their content in any nutrient group without considering the overall macronutrient distribution. Whole fat dairy, unprocessed meat, and dark chocolate, of all things, are saturated fatty acid rich foods with a complex matrix that are not associated with increased risk of cardiovascular disease. The totality of available evidence does not support further limiting the intake of such foods. So there you have it. Cancer risk. Diet high in red meat are associated with higher risk of colon cancer and other health issues. Absolute BS there too.
If every cancer cell is getting energy without oxygen, where are they getting their ability to grow? What other sources? And I say fermentation. Okay, what's driving the fermentation? Glucose, which has always been known to do that. But the new thing now is that glutamine can drive a fermentation metabolism, and that's our big discovery. We have two fuels, the glucose and the glutamine, both synergistic with each other. It's unbelievable. The two pathways that drive these two fuels are powerfully interactive, and that allows this cancer cell to grow very robustly as long as it has the availability of glucose and glutamine. So without glucose and glutamine, the tumor cell can't grow. It dies.
Glucose and glutamine feed cancers. If you go on a zero-carb diet, which is a carnivore diet, your cancers cannot survive, and they die. Kidney functions. High protein intake can impair kidney function over time. This is complete BS too.
Dr. Chafee, thanks for the presentation. Any issues with carnivore for patients with renal failure? No, actually, I see patients with CKD 4 and 5 improve significantly and even get back to normal renal function. The literature that I've found in speaking to nephrologists on the subject, they say that it's actually the opposite of what we sort of grown up thinking, which is we've been told that by some people still practice this, that higher protein diets are actually harmful to the kidneys. In fact, that's not what the literature shows. The literature shows the opposite. It shows that higher protein diets actually improve kidney function. And that's certainly what I've seen. I've seen it's a high fat diet really, because your proportion of calories in grams is typically higher of fat than protein, but it is typically much higher protein diet than you would get on a standard diet, any other sort of diet. So it is a higher protein diet, and I do see people doing much better on it. And you're also going to improve kidney function because you're removing out different nephrotoxic elements from plants such as oxalates. which can be directly damaging to the kidneys as well. So you're removing out a lot of things that can cause harm. You're improving the nutrition and increasing protein and increasing the different available nutrients that are going to benefit the kidney. I have seen a number of people narrowly avoid dialysis by going on a carnivore diet.
So as you can see, these are a lot of the stuff, as I said in the video, it's all BS. A lot of it. They're all misconceptions from beliefs that we've all been told, and I used to believe it too, that meat is bad, fat is bad, butter's bad, it causes cancer, everything's bad for you. But the things that were actually bad for us, they mentioned little of, or they told us to eat. Like all the high carbs and the grains. And it's like, what are we, cows? Not even cows are supposed to eat all of those grains. So it's, I don't know, it really gets me angry because a lot of people suffered from all this misinformation and misconceptions and all that. All the dietary recommendations we were supposed to get, and we believed it all. And come to find out that eliminating all what they said was good for us was actually bad for us. And eliminating all that bad stuff made us healthy. It made me healthy. And tens of thousands, if not millions of carnivores now know this to be true. If you go online and you look at different interviews, testimonials from people that went carnivore that had just a laundry list of chronic problems, and I was one of them. But a lot of these people had serious problems with cancers and stuff, and they healed themselves with the carnivore diet. Eliminate all the plant toxins, all the high carbs, all the fiber, all that complete BS crap, and your body can finally heal. Now, if you want to reintroduce that stuff into your system slowly, you'll find out what works and what doesn't work for you. I'm all for that, it's good. But as far as the prostate, for me, I had some serious prostate problems when I was plant-based. And this continued on. I was vegan vegetarian for 18 years, almost 18 years. And this was progressively progressing. And every year I could feel my prostate getting worse and worse. Near the end, 2023 basically, because 2024 I went carnivore, but up until then, my prostate was getting really bad. Very inflamed, very painful. Not so much when I urinate, it's something that I really don't want to talk about, but a lot of guys will experience this. Prior to having a bowel movement, I would get pains in my prostate, because if you know, the prostate and your colon, they're right there, right next to each other. That's when you go to the doctor and he puts, he does an exam. It's not far from your colon. So when you eliminate, it passes by the prostate and pushes on it, especially when it's inflamed. And you get these pains, sharp pains, almost like a stabbing pain. It would scare the hell out of me. Urinating, getting up multiple times during the night to urinate, and I would relax like you normally would to urinate, and nothing would come out. I could feel it just being blocked, the urine. I would feel it kind of flow from my bladder, and boom, it just hit a brick wall. And I kind of freak out. I had to relax and just calm down, and then it would start to flow slowly, trickle, and then it would come out. And at night I noticed it was inflamed more. I don't know if it's because of the hormones at night or whatever, but it was inflamed more at night. During the day, it wasn't too bad. Again, you would urinate, I would feel this little resistance, and it would just trickle out a little bit, and then it would dribble at the end. That's how bad my prostate was. It was bad. So I was looking into different ways to get this treated. And boy, I'll tell you, I was watching videos on watching them put stuff up your manhood, and that make you cringe, man. Let me tell you. They would stick stuff up in there and right up to your prostate, and then put the steam in there to kill off your prostate. There was another treatment where they put like a stent in there and it kind of opened up the urethra. But they said those don't work too well because they kind of move around. And then there was your scraping everything out inside. And look, I don't want to destroy what God already made good in there. It's already, I've destroyed it enough as it is. Afterwards, but at the same time, I was not feeling good. My symptoms, my heart palpitations, irritable bowel syndromes, air hunger, joint pains, tendon ligament pains I was having, foggy headed, and all that stuff. Depression, deep, dark depression I was dealing with because I wasn't producing the hormones, because I had no cholesterol. Or I should say very low cholesterol. Boy, lo and behold, I found out about the carnivore diet. Went into the carnivore diet, and I don't know exactly the time frame, but within a couple of months, 2-3 months maybe, I started noticing I was urinating better. And I wasn't getting the pains anymore when I was having a bowel movement. And I was like, very interesting. Why? Why is that so? Well, come to find out, everything has to do with inflammation in the body. Everything. Whether you want to hear it or not, plants have phytotoxins in them. And these aren't toxins where you eat them and you're going to die. I'm not talking about those kind of toxins. These are toxins that irritate and inflame the body. Slowly but surely, irritating, inflaming causes disease. If it's in your arteries, you get clogged arteries. If it's in your prostate, you get enlarged prostate. Depends where it is. If it's in your brain, you can't think straight. You can't find the words and stuff. You're just foggy headed. Inflammation is probably one of the main causes of disease. So meat is not inflammatory at all. Vegetables are. Now, they are not inflammatory to everyone, but to the majority of people it is, to certain levels. For some people it's very inflammatory. For others, it's slightly inflammatory. And for the very few lucky ones, it's not. But that's what was happening to me, is extreme inflammation. So it affected my heart, electrical system, irritable bowel syndromes. I was suffering when I was working out, tendon ligament pains in my joints, and I would get like tendonitis and tennis elbow and golfer's elbow type pains in my forearms and joint and stuff. It was terrible. But the prostate, after a few months of it relaxing and finally getting the nutrition it needed, now my prostate, I can say, is almost normal. How normal? Now, it's not like it was when I was in my 20s, in 20s and maybe my 30s. I started noticing problems with my prostate in my 40s, mid-40s. I'm 62 right now. And it progressed. Prior to my plant-based diet, I pretty much ate everything, meat and vegetables. So I was still, getting the effects of inflammation. I was getting the nutrition from the meat, but I was still getting inflammation from the plants. And then when I went full-blown vegetarian, vegan, that's when the inflammation really got going. So my prostate now is almost normal, and I can pretty much urinate normal now. I have no more pains. Now, there is such a thing as damage done. So I don't know how badly damaged my prostate is from all the inflammation, all the years and years of inflammation. But I can honestly say, from where I was and where I am now, I am probably 80% better than where I was. So I can urinate normally, no more pains, sharp pains that I would get in my stabbing sharp pains in my prostate. That even sometimes would wake me up at night. If I had a bowel movement and I'd start getting those pains, man, I was like a knife going in my gut, the lower gut area. That's all gone now. All gone. And I thank God, and I thank the carnivore diet for him showing me the carnivore diet. And I feel much, much better now. So I can tell you that from my own experience, the carnivore diet stopped the inflammation. My prostate now, I know it's shrunk. I feel it has shrunk. Because like I just told you, I can urinate normally now, and no more sharp pains. So it's from my experience, the carnivore diet has pretty much fixed my prostate. Like I told you, I'm about 80% from where I was normally when I was younger. But like I said, there's such a thing as damage done, you know. So, but at least now I feel normal again. So I hope this video has helped you out, and know the truth, and don't let the fear mongering online and people tell you, oh, you're gonna die of cholesterol, oh, your cholesterol is gonna kill you, your meat causes cancer. It's not true. It's just not true. There's lots of things that cause cancer, but it's not meat. Meat's not one of them. All right, guys, appreciate you watching. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.